Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Fifth Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is the Backdraft fire sauce. I saw this, so I mentioned it a few times, but I did a little experiment while I was looking around for mustards that should have been labeled as mustards, but were labeled as hot sauces. And of the ones I chose as possible candidates for that, all of them were hot sauces. This one very clearly is meant to be a hot sauce, or a fire sauce, I guess, if you will. And so we have a sort of a firefighters theme thing. So the Fireman's Nightmare is dedicated to brave firefighters. little dissonance there, I guess. Here's a nightmare that I dedicate to the firefighters. Huh. Nice of you. So here's the stuff that they say to put it on. Like, why list this other stuff if you're just going to write everything? I mean, everything. So, would you put hot sauce on popcorn? Which is liable to make it wet. Cookies. How about cookies? Would you put what is ostensibly a sweet mustard on cookies? People need to just stop with this. And you can add to other sauces as well. So, I guess. So, Trinidad Gold. So, apparently Trinidad Gold is the manufacturer of this Backdraft fire sauce. It's not a hot sauce, you see. It's a fire sauce. You know, because firefighters, this is liquid actual flames bottled. Or is it? Let's find out. So we've got here, oh boy, can we pull this in? Here we go. We've got cane sugar, we've got mustard. I hate the way they do this label. Holy crap, there's so many parentheses here. Water, apple cider vinegar, red habanero pepper mash, Peruvian seasoning. Is that in the mash? Holy crap, this is just all over the place. Okay, so Peruvian seasoning is its own thing, whatever that means. Salt, spices, poppy seed. Okay, why is that in there? Granulated garlic, black pepper, crushed red peppers. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is all in the Peruvian seasoning, I guess. So salt, spices, poppy seed, granulated garlic, black pepper, crushed red pepper, and granulated. Okay, fine, whatever. Tomato paste, Worcestershire sauce, and oh, these parentheticals are just awful. So we have also Worcestershire concentrate, which is other things. God, what a mess. This label sucks. Where does that end? I don't know where it ends. Oh, okay. We have natural flavors. We have garlic powder, caramel color, salt again. Oh wait, salt is different. Oh, anchovies, tamarind. Okay, this has got to be part of the Worcestershire concentrate. God damn. Sugar and salt, distilled vinegar, molasses, and black pepper again. So just chaos, just absolute chaos of a label. So basically, this is mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and molasses. That is essentially, and sugar as well. So it is essentially positioning itself as a sweet mustard by way of red habanero. So there's no way that this is ever going to have any significant amount of heat, especially because the red habanero mash is fairly far down there. As you can see, it's a busy sauce. There's a lot of stuff in it. And I will say it is definitely more of a... So, sweet mustards, I think we're all, at least by this point, fairly familiar with the honey mustards. And those are fine. This one is obviously a lot more active than that. It's got a lot more stuff going on in here. We've got tomato paste in here. So it's I guess in a way almost like they're trying to make a sauce. But obviously this is going to be a very, very vinegar-forward sauce, even with all that other stuff in there. It does look good, though. It looks like a really nice, vibrant, definitely somewhat spiced up sweet mustard. So let's get into it. There's too much going on here. They could have skipped the Peruvian spice, I would say. Because it's got a sort of a dry, herby sort of taste to it. Kind of like it'd be sprinkled. So if you ordered, let's just say you ordered a sweet mustard on like a sub sandwich and then they sprinkled the seasoning on afterwards. That's really what this reminds me of. And it is extremely overactive. I will say that one of the things I thought was kind of interesting about this sauce, though, is the difference is night and day between having this warm, or at room temperature rather, and having it chilled. When I initially had it warm, it was not good. Like it was actively completely bad, and I was like, "Oh man, this is brutal." But as has happened in the past, you throw it in the fridge and hope for the best. And when I took it out of the fridge and it had time to chill, it was a completely different. I mean, I guess not completely different. It was just better. And I think some of those other ingredients came like super, super forward to the point where it was a bit unpleasant. Definitely. So this one, I like it chilled. I definitely don't like this one warmed up. Not the case for all sauces, but you occasionally will find that with sauces that they're better at one temperature over than another, rather than another, over another. So this one it's clearly positioning itself as a hot sauce, but it very definitely is much more a mustard. I will say that, as far as sweeteners too, using molasses to sweetness a mustard, I don't think is the move. I think you're way, way better off. I mean, the cane sugar is nice, but I would like honey. I personally think honey works much, much, much better. Just my own preference, so. Obviously, you may feel different about that. So, we've got some delicious Arby's. And I've got a couple things here. This is a jalapeno roast beef slider. And then I was there a while ago, and I saw that they had on the menu, I didn't get it that time, but I saw they had a hot ham and cheese. Now, hot ham and cheese is not an especially difficult thing to make. In fact, I made it on this channel before. But I thought, I haven't had one of those in quite some time. This particular one is a hot ham and Swiss. So I got me one of those. Oh, and they gave me chicken too. Okay. So I guess they gave me... Jesus. I guess they gave me more of a Cordon Bleu. Whatever. Why be able to get the thing you ordered? And then these puny, look at these tiny little... Here's the slider right here next to the regular one. You can see it is just minuscule in comparison. I think this one was $2 too. I might have whined about this before, but I'm gonna whine about it some more. All right, let's start with this roast beef and jalapeno. My problem with this is that it is too busy. Like, just, if you want to make a sweet mustard, fine, just do that. It doesn't need all this other stuff in it. Especially because the other stuff is super distracting. Well, one of the nice things about sweet mustard is that it goes on a variety of stuff. So, we have beef. It's okay here. Oh, and they didn't give me any jalapenos. Man. You know, I realize statistically it doesn't change the odds of them screwing something up. But I do eat fast food fairly rarely. I don't find it enjoyable a lot of the time. So mostly I save it for like when I'm making content. I don't think there's good value there. They probably charge me for more expensive stuff too. Maybe they charge me for the right thing. I don't know. What I got is definitely not it. But anyway, so now we're going to be able to hit chicken and ham and beef all in the same video. What a deal. I just want the ham by itself here for a second. They do have a ham and Swiss slider. Maybe that's why I should have done and just got more sliders. But I don't feel like they're, except for the buffalo chicken one, I don't feel like the ratio of non-bun stuff to bun stuff is quite correct. I mean, the ham is pretty solid, but this is not better than you can just make yourself. That's what I was trying to suss out there. There is almost no heat to this. I'm giving it a 1 for heat because I am generous. Do I think it deserves a 1? I'm not sure what else Trinidad Gold makes. So I don't know if I've had others of their stuff, but I think for the most part, this is much more marketing than anything else. But also, why are you dedicating a nightmare to firefighters? That idea tickles me. Hey, this is a fireman's worst nightmare. So it's dedicated to firefighters. Okay. This bad dream brought to you by Trinidad Gold. mean, it's not a nightmare of heat. Maybe, I mean, you could make the case that, I mean, the flavor, so honestly, it's just kind of an okay sauce. I wouldn't even put the sauce as a nightmare. It's too busy. There's way too much junk in there. Sometimes I feel like sauces are not necessarily designed with intent. And by that I mean, this one they're saying, hey, let's make a sweet mustard. And you're just kind of throwing stuff at it until they get, until like something that is, I guess they can feel like they can market and put in bottles. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it sometimes feels that way. I really am pleased that Arby's gave me such a stale bun too. That was very thoughtful of them. Maybe they had an expiring chicken patty. I don't know. Wherever the sandwich is not very well balanced. I would have strongly preferred to have just the ham and Swiss. I wonder how that lawsuit, that class action lawsuit against Arby's is going. Or if it's still going. They might have settled it by now. Don't know. Anyway. This almost feels like it's just kind of throw things against the wall until they stick. I don't know that it is that approach. I'm not saying one way or the other. I almost feel like that might be it. But it is the first hot sauce I came across that is very definitely more a mustard than anything else that has tried to portray itself as a sauce. Well, or as a fire sauce, which is meaningless. Fire sauce doesn't even make sense. That's like saying you're making a cloud sauce. So it's not, flavor-wise, it's not horrible. Like, I'll finish this out. This will work as far as a temporary mustard until I get an actual mustard, which was kind of the goal. It is definitely not great, but I mean, I can't say it's horrible either. It's just very busy. And I really don't like the dried bits of herbs or whatever is in there. Not a fan of that. I don't know why poppy seed is in here. Maybe it's... If that's the thing with like a lot of the stuff that's in here, there's no way you're going to pick it out. To me, it just tastes like it just a sweet mustard with too many ingredients. I guess that is kind of where I would put this one. It's not bad, but definitely it is one that you're going to want to have chilled, 100%. It is fine once it's chilled. Interestingly enough, I didn't find this to be particularly enjoyable. So I got the mustard to have it for stuff like hot dogs and, if I was going to make potato salad, deviled egg, or just whatever. It's just good to have a mustard on hand. And this one does not work for fully half of what I meant it for. What are you going to do? It does have an okay amount of flexibility, though. I'll give it that, for a mustard in particular. For a hot sauce is definitely on the lower side, but for just a mustard, I think it's a bit more flexible than I would consider. Like, I would not put yellow mustard, for instance, on fried chicken. That is not something that's ever going to be good to me. But, sweet mustard, that's kind of where, I think that might have been where they devised the honey mustard, so to kind of you know, flare it out a little bit, have it hit more things. So I got this one on Amazon, like I said, so I could get free freight. And I think in that respect, I want to say it was like $8 or $9, and it's like, that's not unreasonable, I guess. I think you could find other stuff to do with this, you know, like I think it'd be fine on sandwiches. I would not probably put this on wings. I don't think that would be too good. Chicken, like I said, was okay. Fries, no, don't think I would do that. Conchi fritters, I don't know what those are, so maybe. Jalapeno poppers. I don't know that jalapeno poppers and this are going to be a combination I would like. And everything, no. Like, I don't think it would be good on pizza or tacos or anything like that. So, as it is, it's, I hesitate to say it's mislabeled. Like I'm doing this as a hot sauce. Because they're calling it a fire sauce, and that obviously clearly is meant to be a hot sauce. But I can't... It's sort of between being a mislabeled mustard and just being a really sort of odd hot sauce-ish concoction. And I guess I'll just leave it there. So that is, from Trinidad Gold, the Backdraft Fire Sauce. Now go full. In peace. To serve the flame.